There is no doubt from Scripture that the church age will be marked by a great apostasy at the end. That means that love and obedience to Jesus will wax cold. Hypocrisy and false doctrine will reign. Churches will be corrupt and perverse, and we are there. Instead of seeing this apostasy, most church members are completely blind to the carnality and worldliness that dominates their churches. We see every wind of doctrine sweeping believers into error and destruction. Homosexuality is practiced by church members with encouragement from their leaders. And this apostasy has been building for the last few hundred years. It began in earnest when the age of faith gave way to the age of enlightenment, and true Bible scholars began to be replaced by those who denied the miraculous aspects of Scripture. The apostasy of Christianity picked up tremendous steam when Darwin came on the scene, which gave unbelievers even more power to undermine churches with deception. And the last 100 years have seen an exponential explosion of unbelief and carnality and worldliness with the rise of Pentecostalism, New Evangelicalism, seeker-sensitive rock and roll churches, the emerging church, and the ecumenical movement. 30 years ago, Promise Keepers taught men that unity superseded Bible doctrine, and they foolishly believed it. Pop Christianity has none of the marks of a pilgrim church, and that is to be expected. 1 Timothy 4:1, Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils. 2 Thessalonians 2:3, Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. 2 Timothy 3:13 tells us that evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. Well, the recent death of Pope Francis puts an exclamation point on how late the hour is. Historically, Baptists have been at the forefront of faithfulness to Scripture. They were known as people of the book. But at the death of this leader of the Roman Catholic Church, various Baptist groups have been falling all over themselves to see who could grovel at the feet of this idolater and false teacher in the most sycophantic way. As these Baptists were too smart for the Bible, Satan has led them into complete defection from faithfulness to God. A church in my town posted this sorry sign: Remembering Pope Francis, may God comfort all who grieve. That was one side, and the other side was another tribute. Blessed are the peacemakers, Pope Francis, 1936 to 2025. First Baptist of Madison is not alone. Baptist News posted an article entitled, A Conservative Baptist Prayerful Appreciation for Pope Francis. First Baptist of Washington, D.C. devoted the front page of their website to this false teacher. A shepherd among us, remembering Pope Francis. The Alliance of Baptists couldn't resist joining the apostasy party by honoring the life of Pope Francis. Al Mohler spent almost 30 minutes discussing whether or not the next pope would be liberal or conservative. No warnings about the wicked doctrines of Rome. How useless. Discussing whether or not the next pope will be liberal or conservative is like analyzing the relative merits of cyanide versus arsenic. They're both deadly. And no matter the Pope's political or theological leanings, he is by choice an enemy of Christ and an enemy of souls. I have to ask these supposed Baptists, do you not know that Francis preached a false gospel that damns souls? Do you not know that he practiced idolatry, praying to images and saints that cannot answer prayer? Do you not know that he shepherded a flock of sodomite priests who have destroyed the lives of hundreds of thousands of children and others? Have you never read Catholic history? How many of our Baptist brethren were burned alive for their opposition to this antichrist church? I assure you, God has not forgotten those things, and He's jealous. He's jealous for truth, and He's jealous for His Son, whom Rome has made subservient to Mary. Baptists are among those Christians who have shed rivers of blood rather than acknowledge the Pope as anything other than the Antichrist that he is. I realize these various Baptist churches and groups have been heading in a liberal direction for years, but what was once closeted is way out in the open today. Baptists and evangelicals who laud the Pope remind me of apostate Israel in Jeremiah's day. Jeremiah 6:15, Were they ashamed when they had committed abomination? Nay, they were not at all ashamed, neither could they blush. Therefore they shall fall among them that fall. At the time that I visit them, they shall be cast down, saith the Lord. Thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the ways and see, and ask for the old paths, where's the good way, and walk therein, and you shall find rest for your souls. But they said, we will not walk therein. What is it about Francis they find so appealing? Well, he's a representative of non-judgmentalism. The Catholic Church used to be dogmatic for their heresies, but not today. They have adopted a policy of anything goes. Francis couldn't even figure out if homosexuality was wrong. And this godless world loves that. They don't love anything more than a minister telling them that they are okay in their sin. The same people who praise the Pope decry those of us who still read the Bible literally. They detest the Bible's condemnation of sin, but they love and laud the Pope. Things that are different are not the same. Last week I posted a video exposing the Pope's love for wicked idolatry, and in the coming weeks I hope to add a few more videos exposing why Baptist and Bible believers have always stood against Rome's wicked doctrine and practice. May God help us and give us strength to oppose the work of Satan being carried on under this broad flag of Christianity.